Start the day, and we're out. Sick. All right, keys, check. Wallet, phone, check, check. Kind of wish it would just hurry up and be summer because it's freaking May and it's still cold. By the way, if anyone has any tips on how to clean Converse, because I can't like put them in the wash because it destroys them. How do you like make these look new again? Let me know in the comments. Oh, we're wearing these today though. Oh, and by the way, the spare room that used to be a mess that now isn't a mess. Gonna talk about all this in a second. We have a box, we have a bunch of Alphalete clothing I've never actually worn before. Gonna be giving all this away as a bundle to a single person in a future video. We also have all this stream stuff that I can't actually build right now. I'm gonna send it back to the UK. We'll speak about that in a second, but first, we do have an important mission to attend to. Just lock the door, sick. Someone did ask me what happened to the door about 2 months ago. The actual mechanism in this broke. The people that own the apartment know about it and they said it was cool because it was actually like a problem with the door. That's why this is looking like this. The elevator people just installed this new game. As you can see, it's like hopscotch. You like jump from like one pad to the other. I do know it's not hopscotch. You never know these days. You have to be careful with what you say. Appreciate it. Thank you. What's going on, guys? Brandon Harding here. Hope you're having a great day. It is the 12th of May and today is going to be a pretty monumental video because I'm actually going somewhere to hit a workout in a place that you may have not seen me training for quite a while. I'll go through a coaching call with my coach speaking about my updated plans on competing and when that'll actually happen. And also later on tonight, I'm baking cookies for the first time in mind. I've never baked cookies before. It's definitely not going to go well, but I'm still going to give it a go. So either way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. I guess the reason this next prep is so important to me is because I have a lot to prove to myself. So we're actually gonna get right into things in terms of explaining what's going on with all this stream stuff that I thought would be set up by now, but like plans have changed and it just doesn't make any sense anymore to set it up right now. Obviously, as you can see, we actually have already purchased pretty much everything we need for the stream. I picked up this incredible mic that I've actually already set up to record a podcast with my friend later on tonight. And as you know, I've got 2 monitors, a gaming PC, literally everything I need to do the stream. Building the PC doesn't make any sense because when you take it out of the casing, you insert the graphics card, which is so easily damaged. It's not as safe. And obviously I've got to ship this back to the UK because I'm actually returning back to the UK within the next like 5 or 6 weeks, because in 5 or 6 weeks I will have been in Canada for like the whole 6 months. So all I've got left to do is ship all this stuff back. When I've used the mic, I'm going to put it back in this and ship it all together just like in a single box. So then when I do return home to the UK, it's all sitting there waiting for me at my dad's place, because I'm either planning on either getting an apartment when I go back, getting a mortgage and actually finding a home when the whole pandemic ends and I can actually like look for a house. If I'm going to be at my dad's for a little while, I'll probably just set it up there anyway because I like can't wait to get started. That's an update on like all the stream stuff. All right, so we need a scale. We need Tupperware, some cream of wheat for the pre-workout meal of today. This like doesn't come out very fast at all, to be honest. You have to like stick your finger in that and then pour it and it comes out faster. When you put the water in, if you don't immediately stir it, it starts to clump together and like isn't enjoyable at all. A scoop of protein, 100 grams of blueberries. We've also added a teaspoon of almond butter as well, just to finish it off. Last minute as well, decided to add some raspberries. 1, because they look sick. 2, it makes it taste like even better than it already does while I eat this and head to the gym. Here is a coaching call that me and Callum had this morning, speaking about like future plans and everything in terms of like what my prep situation currently looks like right now. Hey, good morning, mate.
How are you, bud?
I'm good, how are you?
All good, my man, all good. My only concern is if we were to continue prepping now and dieting into August and then shows don't happen, if we spend all of this time in prep in limbo, as it were, we basically spent most of the year in limbo in prep, not got a pro card because there's no shows, and now we've got to compete next year, and we've just wasted the last 6 months without improving, if that makes sense. There's no guarantee shows are even going to happen here. More likely to not happen than to happen.
It would be such a shame as well, like yes, if the shows are on, but another weird factor is if there's no audience, no people like screaming and cheering, all these things, like you achieve that one goal, you get your pro card and no one's there to enjoy it with you. Like no family, no friends, like that's pretty sad, man. That's pretty. So in conclusion, you think that like with the uncertainty of everything that's happening right now, I remember when everyone said everything would be open in June, and June's next month. All these world leaders, they're saying things to keep the public happy so people don't lose their minds, because people are losing their minds. We're calling off 2020. We'll see you in 2021. People don't want to hear that.
If they did that, they'd lose control. That's the thing. It's like,
yeah, people would lose their minds. Slowly transition into an off season to optimize the remainder of the time that we have over the next like 3, 4, even 5 months, and then do an early show in 2021.
100%. 100%.
Whatever you say goes. I was just so set on doing a show this year. But if you think that is the best thing to do, then we should do that.
The consistency you would have had in prep and that focus you would have had in prep, like if you apply that now to the next 6 months, like you will make unreal progress. We just got to switch gears now and just push the other way.
Alright, dude. Have a good rest of your day, man.
You too, man. Bye.
That is the plan. To diminish all uncertainty, me and Callum, we're going to transition into somewhat of an off season, make even more progress over the next 3 to 4 months before prep begins again for a show early in 2021. On top of the over 12 months of progress I've already made ever since my last competition, because I realized yesterday it was the 11th of May, which is the day that actually stepped on stage. I was being tagged in a bunch of like flashbacks on Instagram when like everyone's in the audience tagging me and like recording me on stage. It's crazy that was like a whole year ago today, and like how much you've changed, how much progress has been made. I was excited to step on stage showcasing what I've worked for now, but with another 4 months or so to progress, it's going to be an interesting time when I step back on stage. What's up, guys? As you can see, only 1/3 of people that watch these videos actually subscribe, so I'd really appreciate it if you do enjoy these videos to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video, and if you're feeling generous, smash the like. I'd really appreciate it. Alright guys, so we just pulled outside the gym, and no, we're not actually outside the Mansion gym anymore. We're outside Pure Muscle and Fitness, the gym that I couldn't train at anymore, obviously because of the whole pandemic, and I still can't consistently train here. Like by no means, I need to preface this before like I do go into the gym and hit a workout, because the gym has been closed and it still is closed. Recently, we've been doing a bit of HD muscle stuff in the gym in terms of shoots, and the only reason I can train here now is because we've been utilizing it a little bit more recently, especially with things calming down a little bit now. I know Alphalete in Houston, Texas is actually opening up officially in about a week's time. Me training here right now with no members, it's the same thing as me training in the Mansion gym at Noah's place, because Noah and Dorian own this gym. Noah owns the Mansion, and Noah and Dorian also own HD Muscle, which is why we can train here and shoot their HD content inside this gym. They're basically just two brothers that have absolutely just slayed life. That's why I'm here today. It honestly feels like so weird like actually recording right now, but as you can see, this is a freaking ghost town. Like there's no music, there's no one in here. Like there's literally just like Al, Big Al over there, just one member. So obviously like, everything's being respected. The equipment has been cleaned that many times. I feel like you could eat your meal off most of this equipment. So like honestly, I feel like this equipment is actually cleaner than my apartment. This place, it probably is one of the cleanest and most sanitized places in the world right now. No more than 5 people in the room, completely respecting what is going on in the world. Just in case you forgot what the gym looked like, they've got a bunch of new equipment in as well for when it does open back up. Cables and cardio machines over there. One of the things that is like the saddest part about like me being in Canada right now, and this place like being closed and had been closed for so long, is when I moved to Canada, a lot of the reason was because I would be able to train here with the community that was here. It was like such a big selling point to like me coming to Canada. That hasn't been able to happen for so long, and obviously with this being like a ghost town, obviously like it's not a big deal. Like people are dealing with worse things. It's just a big shame because things didn't go exactly to plan, but we're still here and we're still gonna get it done. We're gonna be hitting mainly chest, a little bit of shoulders and a little bit of triceps, but first we're gonna warm up our rotator cuffs and then get started with dumbbell press instead of bench press. We always do bench, but now obviously being here we have access to some pretty heavy dumbbells, so we're gonna see what we can do. set. Right. Yep. Right. Up. Good. Up. Drive. Good. Drive. Good. Let's go. Drive. Yes. One. Drive. Drive. There we go. One. Come on, extend. Pretty happy with the top set of 130 pounds for 8 reps. Haven't like ventured out into the abyss of dumbbells that go above 120. I think that was like the second time ever doing it, so I'm pretty happy with that amount of reps. Now we're gonna move over to more chest. We're gonna do some cables, machines, incline, bench press before moving on to some shoulders. First video back and the battery dies. Great. Obviously the camera battery's dead right now. I'm trying to like set my phone up to like record sets and stuff, but it's honestly just like messing up the workout because I'm spending like 10 minutes to try and like balance my phone on like a shaker or a bottle. Obviously need to have a good workout as well. Award for the world's most unprepared YouTuber definitely goes to me. Who doesn't charge their batteries? It's funny because I actually have like 2 charged at home already, so should have just been prepared and like bought another one. In case you was wondering what camera I have, this is a prime opportunity to show you. It's the Canon EOS R 15-35 f2.8mm lens with the Rode Mic Pro on the top. Obviously this camera like isn't cheap by any means, like it was a hefty investment, but to bring the best quality videos to you guys, I thought it was worth it. And I just like having like a good camera. I've been a fan of cameras and stuff ever since my sister got into photography when I was like 12 years old. I've liked cameras for like a long time, so like having a good one feels good. New battery. And we're back. Obviously, vlogging with the phone is fun and stuff, but there's just nothing, you just can't beat a camera. Like the crisp, like the sun glazing through on the, it's just so clear. But the plan is right now is I'm gonna do some work. I need to eat a meal. I got one more meal left, and then in about 2 hours, I've got a friend coming around, and as I said in the beginning of the video, we're gonna be making some cookies. Never made cookies before. I have no idea if they're gonna come out shit or good. They could be glorious. We could be starting an Uber Eats business and just put every other cookie company just out of business because everyone is going to want these cookies.
Step 1, preheat oven, done. We add the butter, currently being warmed by my body heat. Sugar and beat using an electric beater, your forearm, and for a minute until smooth. Okay,
why didn't we buy an electric beater?
What the? We didn't even buy a pan, for fuck's sake.
We got this from the neighbour.
Fucking neighbors.
Literally never spoken to my neighbour ever before. I didn't even know who lived there. Knocking on the door like, hey mate, have you got a baking tray I can borrow?
He makes me come with him so he doesn't look like a weirdo.
Well yeah, obviously, because imagine me just turning up just like, hey man, can I get your baking tray? It neutralises the situation. No, why would you cut it half that way? Cut it half the other way.
What
it's clean, it's clean. It's covered in paint, but it's clean. It's been washed like twice. It's gonna be... Oh, actually no, I have measuring cups. There you go.
Thank you. And then you have to like pack it too. Yeah, it's so moist. Oh my gosh. Oh, those Canadian girls. And then...
There you go, quarter cup.
So amazing.
Really starting to understand why we needed the electric whisk. First step is to beat all the icing sugar, the brown sugar, and the block of butter into a smooth paste. This is a solid block of butter that I have to liquefy.
It'll just take some time. It's okay.
It's looking very liquefied.
About the same consistency as an electric beater. You can't put that in a microwave.
Why not? Oh yeah, because it's
aluminum
metal.
or whatever.
Oh shit.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Ew. It's like raw egg.
Just gonna guess.
1, 2.
That was like 4, but...
Fine. Keep the change.
Sort of like liquefied. It's a beautiful clean hand now, it's all washed and clean.
Oh my god.
Do you think we have enough?
Just about.
This is ridiculous. Looking near and far and it's all sold out, except for 3 absolutely humongous. This is the sort of shit you buy for the cafeteria at school. For school lunch, just for like all the kids. It's pretty weighty. This is easily like 20 kilo. Fucking 9 kilo, I'm such a pussy. 20 pound of flour.
Heavy.
But how much do we need for the actual thing? Okay, 1, 2.
Look at that level.
Shit.
She's elite. Oh, it's going on my nose. I don't think it can't be on your channel, like ever.
I know. I wasn't in the bag of flour sniffing it.
I think it'll actually mix well. Mixing montage.
Don't waste the food. Not the mixture.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Like that. Mixture.
You don't make cookies like that.
Just like one big cookie.
2 and 2.
4, even.
Yeah.
Okay. chocolate chips. We have white chocolate. Yeah, we got some caramel ones as well. So it's mostly these, but a little bit of these.
Yeah, it says 1 cup of chocolate chips.
Just one big cookie dough. You got the spray paint.
Make them into balls.
So you want big balls, not flat pancakes?
It's a fucking pancake.
You
Yeah.
want a ball?
Pretty much.
What would you want to cook?
Spoon 1.5 tablespoons of dough into small balls. Not pancakes. I'm not bothered. I think this is a good size.
It's fucking massive.
Literally in the car, you were like, do you want to go to Subway and buy cookies?
I know.
Like,
Are you actually eating it? Is it good? I feel like we've done this wrong.
am I missing something?
Glove me. Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hot. Oh my god.
I know. It's crazy.
Moment of truth.
I'm using a bath towel because Brandon put the oven mitt in the sink. I was like, oh my god. Okay, moment of truth.
Alright, so I'm gonna split it open. It looks like sandpaper. Look at that. It's just sadness.
Should have just gone to Subway.
It looks like Golden Temple.
Rum flour blend. We needed all purpose, but because of COVID, we couldn't get any.
This is the first batch, and like it does look pretty good. They break a lot better. As you can see, like they are a lot more cookie-like. That looks pretty good to me. We didn't have the right flour. We couldn't mix it to like purify actual sugar itself, because when you bite into the cookie, it's like I can taste the sugar like crunching between my teeth, which shouldn't happen. It should be like creamy.
The cookies aren't even sweet. Eat fresh.
First attempt at making cookies together.
Absolute bin.
Bin.
That's what we call trash, right?
Yeah, but it's not where you like, you wouldn't use it as, oh my god. You can't use bin as the same insult as trash. Like, you'd say, you're trash. You wouldn't say, you're bin. Are we all set up? Yeah. Right, so we're about to record something. It's pretty interesting as well because I've never actually used this thing before, which I bought for my Twitch stream. This thing, how cool is that? You move it and it stays. I don't know why I find this like so cool, but it just kind of is. It's just too bad that I can't sing. I'm actually like so tone deaf. You'd think I was trying to kill someone by singing. I've actually recorded myself sing before with my like audio recorder on my phone. It just wasn't good. We're actually doing something pretty interesting right now. My friend Mo Samuels, you guys know Mo if you've been following the vlogs for longer than 6 months. He's one of my best friends back in the UK. He's doing this like cool podcast thing. I'm not really too sure why he's doing it, but he's my boy and I'm here for it. For the direction of the podcast, he wants to go down the route of like how I started social media, how I started making YouTube videos, like hardships that I've faced over the past like 4 years of making YouTube videos, and just like I guess my story and like how it all began, like why I wanted to do it, why I continue to do it every single day. And speaking to Mo, like it is just so natural because he's one of my friends. It's not like going on a podcast with like a stranger that you have to just like disclose all this information about yourself in front of. It's probably going to be things that I've actually spoken to Mo about in private at some point over the past like 3 years of knowing the guy. The time right now is 1 o'clock in the morning. He wanted to record it as he woke up in the UK. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning right now, so I'm gonna wait for him to wake up. I'm gonna include like a little bit of it in the video like right now. I can't imagine what it must be like to have 4,000 subscribers. It took me like a year and a half to get 5,000. I'm more hungry than I was when I had 0. In the moment, for maybe like 30 seconds, you're like, wow, like this is cool, like it's good to look at. But what's next? Eternally doomed to no level of actual satisfaction. You can spiral into many different forms of depression. You will become rich if you make the people around you rich. When you are who you are for a certain period of time, that is who you're going to be forever. I completely forgot to speak to my own nan. Dude, my teeth are so bad. I would have bullied myself. It's your goal, and it's not anyone else's goal, and no one's going to understand why you want to achieve that thing more than you. Just do them and show them the proof, and eventually, through action, they'll understand.
What have you done?
These just died.
Uh-oh.
How can we do this? 1 second. Setting my hand on fire with deodorant. Why'd you make me go down that route, dude? Like, I had so many different jobs, and every job I got fired from. I met a girl who I fell in love with after like 3 months of working there. Like, I'm not proud of that, but like I was fucking desperate, man. Like I didn't know what to do and had been with her 9 months at this point, and no one knows this. A couple of days before we flew to Venice, she like fucked somebody else. I'm almost a little bit lost for words. Oh my God, honestly, like I was not expecting to speak about half the stuff we spoke about in that. A lot of the stuff that I like go through, I've like blocked out because like it's either one, like too painful to think about, or it's just unnecessary because I'm like so driven. Like I want to do so much in my life, I can't afford to like let those things affect me or like be impact on my life. But like, well, we just really fucking let it all out. There is going to be a link in the description because he said the actual podcast, not the visual, but the audio will be going up. If you want to listen to it, click the link. I may have cracked open a Monster at some point. I've drank like half of it. I'm obviously like really not tired now. I'm going to force myself to go to sleep. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Considering how late it is right now, I obviously wasn't expecting to be up this late. So I've actually finished all of my meals for today. I have no more macros, but considering the conversation we had earlier with Callum and the fact that I'm transitioning into an off season right now, it's been about 3 hours since my last meal, so I should eat before bed. I don't have a lot in the cupboards. I need to go shopping for tomorrow, but what I do have is ingredients for a pretty sweet, moderately healthy, but decent before bed. You've seen it before. You've seen it all over YouTube. We have all the ingredients for some pretty anabolic French toast, some vanilla, cinnamon, light syrup. Ideally, I'm not going to use a lot of this because it's not Walden Farms. It is just light, so I'm just going to use like a tiny bit. 2 eggs, and the rest will just be egg whites. 1 scoop of cereal milk protein. Finally, for toppings, we have some raspberries and some blueberries. We're gonna put all the ingredients inside this Tupperware, dip the 4 pieces of bread into it, and then fry it in the pan. To be honest, for a snack at 3:30 in the morning, this isn't too bad. It's a fat ton of carbs and protein before bed, which is ideal. So right now, we're gonna mix it all together. I think guys, here we have it, the final meal of the day. Here's the French toast in all of its glory. The plan is right now, is considering it is almost 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna demolish that, head off to sleep. I have a pretty busy day tomorrow. Even today was just so busy. I understand that like so much happened in this video, but I just wanted to take you along through my day to show you what's currently going down in my life. So with that being said guys, if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.